Yeah, welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the Brown Boy Wonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. The Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
Welcome back to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Guys, it is wildcard weekend for the NFL. But before we get into that, let me introduce my first guest. He is the Hall of Famer of Florida. It is Misbah. Misbah, how are you doing today?
Not too bad, bro. About you?
Man, I am doing fantastic. And my last guest, he is the Hall of Famer of New Orleans. It is Tyren. Tyren, how are you doing today? How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you, man?
I am doing great. Well, let's get into our wild card here. So this weekend, we have the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Houston Texans. Are we expecting a great game or a bad game?
I think defense is going to play a role in this game, to be honest. They're not the most efficient scoring teams. I think the Harbaugh's really changed the culture of Los Angeles, so they performed a lot better than I expected. I think it'll be a close game, but more defensive minded. I personally have the Chargers winning it in a close one.
What about you, Tyron?
I agree. I also think it'll be a close game. Both of these teams have decent run defenses, and that's like the identity of both of these teams. I'm just interested to see how CJ Stroud plays, because he has not been playing well.
He hasn't.
No.
At
So
all.
Herbert is he's been looking good. Him and Ladd have a decent connection.
They randomly signed Ezekiel Elliott, I think, yesterday.
They did.
He's not going to do anything.
You don't think he's going to be a big factor for the Chargers offense?
Absolutely not. But
Is he washed?
we might play. He's definitely washed.
Which worse than washed?
Yeah.
Whatever that is,
he'll get
that's
a
him.
stop. If he's lucky, he'll get like a stop, maybe.
Damn. All right. There it is. And the other
And that
matchup-
might be like victory formation.
Yeah.
That
Oh, he's going to get at least 5 yards, at least, at most.
We'll see.
The next
very
matchup,
generous.
yeah. The next matchup is Steelers versus Ravens. I am a big Russell Wilson fan. I want Steelers to win, but I feel like Lamar's going to take it over.
Yeah, this one, the beginning of the season started off pretty hot, but they've lost like 5 in a row now. And everyone knows that going into the playoffs, the team with the hot hand always comes out on top. You never want to go into the playoffs losing, and that's what the Steelers have. So I don't think they'll be much of a chance or have much of a chance on Sunday. Although the one thing I would say is that the Steelers, generally speaking, the last 10 or 11 games, they've won like 8 or 9 of them against the Ravens. So that's something. But just with the scenario right now, I don't think they will win. Personally, I think the Ravens should win this one pretty easily, but we'll see.
Yeah, the last game Russell Wilson played, I forgot the matchup, but I remember someone saying that he was cheeks. And I never heard that term, meaning he's trash. So,
Man, it's crazy. The whole season, people start praising him in the beginning, and then now it's just like, damn, what happened?
does he need to do high knees again?
I don't know. George Pickens started kind of falling off too. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe that's what has to do with it.
George Pickens has been in a lot of fights, and he's been dropping the ball.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Well, the next matchup it could be an upset. Is the Bills versus the Broncos? Broncos might take it.
Not at Orchard Park. I don't think so.
I mean, maybe they have a slight chance. Bonix has been playing pretty well for a rookie. I think Sean Payton has been coaching well, but Josh Allen's probably an MVP. I don't think so. I just don't think it's going to happen. Although
I think
I would say they can put up a fight, but I think MVP Josh Allen's going to take over today or on Sunday.
And I think Von Miller closes the game out if it is close. Von Miller
That'll
against
be
his
something.
former team.
That
Yeah.
would be,
Oh,
that'd be-
true. Ooh, a little
Uncle
revenge for him. All right. Then the next matchup is the Vikings and the Rams. I'm expecting Vikings, but after that amazing Sunday night football game with Lions and Vikings, Sam Darnold, I think he was seeing ghosts again.
Man,
Overthrowing.
This is the one I feel like can go either way. I feel like this one can really go either way, but
It might be close. It might be close.
I have Minnesota winning, but I think it can go either way. To be honest, it just depends on what version of Sam Darnold we get.
True.
And
And
Matthew
again,
Stafford.
Yeah.
yes. Oh, yes. Whoever wins that matchup will face the Lions. So again, it might be a repeat with Vikings and Lions. Same thing on the other side. It was whoever wins between Texans and Chargers will face the Chiefs. So good luck to them. The other matchup is the Commanders versus Buccaneers. I want Jaden Daniels to win, but I'm a big fan of Baker, so I'm conflicted.
There's another one I think that could be close.
I don't think so. The Buccaneers
Really?
defense is atrocious.
Yeah, that is true.
It is atrocious. So
But you still have Mike Evans on there. Still have
they do.
Dude, and
Goddard.
he received $3 million after that bonus from last week.
Mm-hmm.
So he should be really happy.
I got Commanders, but I think it might be close. We'll see.
Should the commentators let us
Hoping.
know that they're gonna get like $1 million if they do this? Like, should they even tell us? Feels kind of weird.
I mean, I think it's open to the because like their contract information is open to the public.
Yeah, it's
so
public knowledge. Yeah, all the contract incentives are already there.
Gotcha. Okay. I was like, makes me not want to like this guy. But all right. All right. The last matchup of the wild card, it is the Packers and the Eagles. People are expecting Eagles to take out Love.
Yeah, I mean there is also the thing with Jalen Hurts though. Will he be ready in time? I think that most people are saying and leaning towards yes, that should be on track. But something to keep an eye on. If he doesn't go, then it'll probably be the Kenny Pickett show.
I don't see
But the
Jalen
Eagles
Hurts
are-
missing a playoff game. I don't.
But yeah, with that, either way, I think the Eagles are just too stacked right now. And then I think the Packers also got hit with some injuries. Jordan Love exited last game. Christian
did.
Watson tore his ACL, so he's out for sure. And then I think someone else got injured. Was it Josh Jacobs? I remember that stepped out of the game. But either way, without Christian Watson, I know Jair Alexander's out for the season too. I think,
Yes.
or at least for a while. So they have some injuries that are probably going to affect them in the long run. I think probably worse than Jalen Hurts will. So Eagles should have this one. I think
Right.
it'll have to be a crazy Jordan Love game. Otherwise,
We'll see. Well, that was the wild card picture. But let's get into some bad news here. I got a lot of bad news here. Well, except for one. So, of course, it's the day after week 18. A lot of firings are happening. So the Jaguars head coach, Doug Peterson, got let go. Patriots head coach, Gerard Mayo, got let go. And I believe that was unfair.
that surprised me. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
That surprised me.
It's just 1 year, man. I mean, just
What the hell are you gonna do in 1 year, man?
yeah, just keep him another year. If he doesn't
with
do
that
well,
roster.
With that,
Yeah,
it's
honestly.
crazy. It's crazy.
We've got to speak to Robert Kraft. The Seahawks let go their offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubb, and just recently, Raiders just released head coach Antonio Pierce.
Again, that wasn't fair either. Because what do you do with that team?
You can't.
No.
All injured. What can you do? It's like I guess you could fire if this is the situation. Just fire the Saints head coach.
We did fire our head coach.
We did fire him.
You did. Yeah, you did. Never mind.
They fired him quick.
That's true. I remember that. All right, and then also Tyreek Hill says, "I want to get the hell out of Miami." Misbah, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, that was not like that one. What really made me mad was he checked out of the game in the fourth quarter. I mean,
Mm.
we were basically somehow, some way after like last 3 weeks, we're somehow still in the playoffs. And of course, we needed the Chiefs to win the one game. I'm rooting for them to get blown up at 38. But whatever. But the thing I didn't like was he checked out like in the fourth quarter. Didn't want to play after they found out the Chiefs already lost. So I was like,
Yeah.
bro, at least don't you don't if you want to leave, you can different, but don't give up on the team like that, man. At least just play what you're doing. But there was also something I saw later or like later on today about him having a meeting with like the GM and stuff, talking
Mm.
about it, and they said that he actually might stay and that the situation that he might have overreacted or something. So
Oh,
we'll see how that plays out. Um, uh, but I've heard a lot of people talk about it, just put in perspective that Tyreek Hill left a championship winning team for the money, to be honest. Like that's really what it was for,
yeah.
to better place. I mean, Miami's like a good spot for, I guess, for a family or whatever in terms of just living, and then obviously for the money, and then a somewhat decent squad that you can do something with. But he left a championship team, so he can't complain about not winning when you left that team on the Chiefs. He probably could have won 2 Super Bowls at least already there. So if you're leaving for the money, now you want to leave just because you're not winning, you can't. This doesn't work like that, you know? So it's
Yeah.
like, it's whatever to me, but just don't give him the team and then hopefully we can work things out and he stays and actually like contributes. But what really made me mad was when he posted the Antonio Brown meme. I was like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
eat this out. Because
I
that
think
pissed me off too. Because Antonio Brown, I was like definitely sure the Buccaneers that you would have won back to back if Antonio Brown was on that team too. So it's just one of those things where it's like, come on, bro. Like
yeah,
no one's bigger than the team. So
I think that's still his. No, that's not his profile picture on Twitter right now.
it
He
was
changed
probably
it.
for like a day or so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the season started
Yeah.
off with him. And now
Rested.
we can
Yeah.
end it with him.
Yeah. Just that's what
Uh,
happens.
do you want Tyreek Hill, Tyren in the Saints?
No,
Well,
we can't
yeah,
afford him anyway.
that's
Gotcha.
probably yeah, can't afford it.
And Derek
Magic.
Carr won't take a pay cut, so you know.
Oh,
It's tough.
well, Camaro and Tyreek Hill. That's a great matchup. Great duo right there.
Mm. Would be.
All right.
Yeah.
Again, I do have more bad news. There are several sexual harassment lawsuits against Fox Sports. The big one for me was Skip Bayless offered former Fox Sports hairstylist 1.5 million for intercourse. Is he canceled?
Well, we have. I thought it was kind of funny, but I mean, obviously, we want to confirm this is true or not. What
Right.
surprises me though is that maybe it's just
Allegedly.
me, but $1.5 million seems kind of a bit of a stretch. Like if you're offering that much money, there's something seriously wrong with you, or it's fake. But
Yeah.
regardless, I feel like obviously if there's more evidence, then yeah, we gotta cut this man out. But I think personally, my personal opinion is that they might have been something went down, but I feel like they might have been exaggerated. But we'll see. I feel like we'll know more as the story unfolds.
Dude, he's like 73.
Yeah, I mean, 1.5 million though. It's like, do you even reject
Hey,
1.5 million, bro? Come on.
Robert Kraft got busted a couple of years ago going to that
Yeah,
massage parlor.
yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Age is nothing but a number.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
them at least.
Trust
Yeah.
me.
Even though Belichick is a 24-year-old, so who knows?
All right. We'll keep an eye on Skip there. We gotta be on watch right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heat. Miami Heat suspended Jimmy Butler for 7 games for basically like bad behavior, talking smack about his team. Misbah, how do you feel about Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler. I don't know. I mean, I guess if he wants to leave, he has the right to say that he's not happy. But I don't know who would take him. I mean, it's a whole contract situation. I feel like with Pat Riley, it's hard to deal with too. If he's going to trade him, he's going to ask for a lot, and it's not going to be
Yep.
easy. So that's the issue that comes with that. That you're in an organization where we have like two stubborn people. You have someone Pat Riley, and you have Jim Butler, two really stubborn-minded people trying to work a trade out. I feel like is going to be really hard. So we'll see. Hopefully, I mean, in terms of the Miami Heat, that they find something. But they're also saying that if they don't find a trade partner, that he's willing to play. I think after the suspension's over. But he definitely wants to leave. I just don't know if it'll happen unless Pat Riley kind of agrees to like somewhat of a reasonable trade, which I'm not sure if he will. It's just an unfortunate situation.
But the best trade that could happen is him for Bradley Beal. I mean, that's about as equal as it gets.
Oh, really? Bradley Beal, though?
Yeah, because
Beal?
no one. Yeah, teams are slowly dropping off. Like the Warriors said they didn't want him. The
Yeah.
Grizzlies said they didn't want him.
I think the Mavs are in the
Um,
mix, too, I think.
I don't think they can afford him with
Yeah, that's the issue.
Clay,
No,
Kyrie, Luca.
it's already an all-star team.
That's
Bradley
a lot of
Beal.
money tied into those three alone. So
Bradley Beal is, I don't know how I feel about him. He's okay.
he's injury prone. I mean,
Yeah, injury
so
prone. I
How
don't know.
about
Let's
the
see.
Lakers? Maybe LeBron needs him.
What would they trade for him, though?
I don't know what they trade.
Yeah,
They have no picks.
exactly.
Oh.
That's the problem. Bronny James, I
Um,
guess. Bronny James Jr. to go.
Or
But
maybe Jimmy Butler needs to learn Chinese.
no, he's too good. He's no.
Okay.
no, he brought the Heat to two finals. I'll give him respect for that.
Yeah.
Publicly saying that you don't want to play for a team, I feel like it's not the best move. But at the same time, it's not like he aggressive, like fought someone or took off his shirt and put a deuce sign and left the stadium, or joined a super team after, or joined a team for money and stuff like that. He actually did something for Miami for a couple of years. So I'll give him that. He did actually prove his worth for a while.
Yeah,
But
especially
it's
the
just the
COVID
trade
bubble.
issues, yeah, especially in the bubble. But the trade issues, it's tough to work out with Pat Riley as an owner. It's just tough. We'll see. My
Or
personal
maybe
opinion is that Pat Riley's not going to trade him, and then what'll happen is Butler will stay until he enters free agency, and then he'll probably leave, which is what I think will happen, unless like Butler decides not to play at all, which then I guess we have to trade him. So we'll see.
the Heat organization doesn't allow him to like make coffee like how he did in the bubble. Maybe that's why he's mad.
Yeah, who knows?
It's overpriced coffee.
Yeah, was it $12?
Something like that.
All right. Well,
It's definitely
that was the bad news I had. The only good news I had, well, I don't think it's good news. It's kind of more sad news. No, I don't know what it is. It's Bulls will retire Derrick Rose's #1 jersey next season.
yes,
Up to the
sir.
Raptors.
That's definitely good news.
Okay.
That's definitely good news, bro.
Definitely good news.
Yeah,
That was crazy. Just watching him like back in the stadium and everything. It was a pretty dope moment.
yeah. If he never got injured, what would the league
Oh my
be?
God. That is a huge what if.
Yeah, that's the what if of the season, bro. Can I say? Or
He'd be better than Russell Westbrook. I think I can honestly say that. Because they play similarly.
They do.
But I think D Rose would have been a way more explosive, better version than Russ.
yeah, I mean, it's just tough that he never won a ring, but at least he gets to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, well, that was this episode. We usually do our predictions for fantasy, but fantasy's over. I don't know what to do for the last segment, but if there's any fantasy players you want to play now, who do you start? Quarterback. In this wild card.
Playoffs?
Yeah.
Probably Baker Mayfield or Jaden Daniels or Lamar. One of those three.
Josh Allen too, maybe. Well, the Bengals defense is good though. We'll see.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. That Denver Broncos defense is.
Could be, yeah.
It's a little tough. All right. That was this episode. We can't wait for wildcard season and the whole playoff weekends. But Tyren, where can they find you, man?
Y'all can find me at the Tyren on Insta.
And Misbah, where can they find you?
I think if find me at Insta at Misbah G6.
All right, Misbah G6 and the Tyrenol.
The Clipter, who's he? He's trouble.
If you're looking for an amazing podcast that recaps Power Rangers in space, then there's only one stop for you, and that is Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Watch it today, or feel my wrath.
Oh hey, it's Lex Lang, voice of Ecliptor from Power Rangers in Space. And I just wanted to say congratulations to Anthony and Abrar for putting together an amazing podcast that really shows off Power Rangers in Space. So if you haven't seen it or heard it, be sure to tune in. Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. That's right. It's amazing.
I think so too.
We are back with our weekly pick'ems for the NFL. This weekend is Wild Card Weekend. Wild Card Weekend. The season is almost over, but let me bring my guest here. He's always been here making picks with me. It is Wali. Wali, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, sir.
Fantastic. Well, let's get into our matchups here. So, Wild Card Weekend, we have Chargers versus the Texans.
Whoa. We need to recap the regular season victory.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part. Go ahead. What was the results from last week?
Bro, you're not going to believe this.
What
My
happened?
boy, Wally the Doe, came back all the way, went undefeated for his week 18 picks. Unfortunately, you only picked one game right. So, our total record for the season, I took the lead, baby, 45-36, while you're at a 43-38.
Close matchup here. Very
Now
cool.
the wild card round is going to be counted for 2 points. So let's get on with the first matchup of the weekend. We have the Chargers at the Texans. Seems like the Texans always play this Saturday 3:30, 4:30 matchup every time they're in the playoffs. But maybe this time is their luck. Bro, who do you have in this matchup?
So I'm pulling for Chargers, but I can see how Texans could sneak up with the win here. But with that saying, I believe I'm going to pick the Chargers for this matchup. I don't think the Texans have the fortitude or the strength to win this matchup because, again, they are missing Stephon Diggs and some other players, and CJ Stroud is still not being the quarterback that we want him to be. So I am picking the Justin Herbert Chargers. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you here. Texans seem to be on the wrong slope of sliding into the postseason, while Chargers have found their groove as of late. Justin Herbert and co, they're just finding ways to win, whether it be through their running game, short passing game, and then the receivers on the outside. I just really like what Jim Harbaugh has been able to do with this team in his first tenure with the LA Chargers. So I'm going to pick them on the road. I guess you can call it a mini upset here as well.
Yeah. All right. The next matchup is Steelers versus the Ravens. Mr. Unlimited versus Action Jackson. Wally, what do you have here?
Action Jackson versus Mr. Unlimited. Steelers seem like a shell of themselves in the past 5 to 6 games. I don't know what happened with Russ, but he's not making the same throws that he's been making ever since he got on board with the Steelers. I have a feeling Justin Fields is going to be playing some sort of role in this game. But Lamar and Derrick Henry are going to be way too much, especially since the Ravens are playing at home. They just seem to be firing on all cylinders. I expect the Ravens to not only win but dominate against the Steelers. So give me the Ravens at home.
Gotcha. Well, again, my original pick to win the Super Bowl is the Ravens. So I have to pick the Ravens, but I know Russell Wilson has been cheeks lately. That's a new term I learned recently. Cheeks. I never heard it before, but I heard he's cheeks, but he's still my Russell Wilson. I still love him, but I have to go with the Ravens here. Again, how can you stop Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson? It's an incredible duo. I cannot wait to see them fight.
By the way, I picked the Texans to go to the Super Bowl. I'm kind of backing out last second. I don't know why. I just don't have confidence in them.
Oh, whoa. Oh, that's you, man.
That's me. And you know who's not me? Mr. Bo Nix and Mr. Josh Allen in our next matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, who do you have in the Broncos versus Bills clash?
Look, this is a great matchup. I believe the Broncos defense will be the front and center instead of the offense. But again, Josh Allen is there and his crew. And it is a tough matchup, but I have to be biased here. I do want Josh Allen and the Bills, so I'm going with the Bills here. But there's a chance Broncos might win with a huge upset. What do you got here?
I agree with you in terms of the Broncos defense. They are no joke. I think they lead the
Oh,
league in sacks. So Josh Allen's going to have his hand filled in terms of running around and whatnot.
yeah.
I don't feel confident in the Broncos offense, especially against the Bills defense. Rookie quarterback at helm. Playoffs are just a different beast. I think Sean McDermott and crew are going to cook up something special for Mr. Nicks. I can't see the Broncos winning in this matchup. Give me the Bills at home.
All right. Bills at home. Then the next matchup is the Vikings versus the Rams. Look, I know Sam Darnold last week against the Lions. Again, great Sunday Night Football matchup. Well, at least on paper. It was 14-2 versus another 14-2 team. Lions, Vikings. Sam Darnold wasn't playing well. I think he was seeing goals from back in the Jets. But other than that, I think he will pull off the win here. I'm picking the Vikings. What about you?
I have this as an upset of the wild card weekend. Rams just have something going for them every time they step into the playoffs. Matthew Stafford has that experience with the crew. Although I love the Minnesota story, I think they're gonna do well if they plan to keep Sam Darnold for the future. I'm expecting a little upset here. I think the Rams have something to do with Mr. Kyren Williams in that Minnesota defensive line. Puka Nakua, Cooper Cup, and crew. They did win that controversial ending in the regular season against the Vikings and that face
Yes.
mask no call.
Oh,
But they were able to put up with the Vikings, and why can't they do it twice? You know, give me the Rams here in an upset.
Rams. All right. All right. Then the next matchup is my two favorite teams, Commanders and the Buccaneers. Who do you have here?
Well, I'm gonna go with my dude, the next Tom Brady, baby. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield. They just got into the playoffs with Mike Evans' 1,000-yard incentive season that everyone went crazy for. This is a rematch of Week 1 in which the Buccaneers absolutely showed up and showed out. I don't expect that to happen again. I think it'll definitely be a little bit more closer. But Baker Mayfield, with the experience that he's had with this team, I'm gonna go with experience over the inexperience in Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. I just like the Bucks here at home. Bucky Irving and Mike Evans and crew. I feel like the offense is gonna dominate here. What do you got?
Look, I love both quarterbacks. I love Jaden Daniels. I love Baker Mayfield. They can play hard. They know the term hustle. That's who they are. Again, I still think Jaden Daniels, the rookie season, will pull it off against the Bucks and will move on to the divisional round. I'm just feeling them. I know Buccaneers are really great, but there's something in the air in Washington. I don't know what it is, but there's something, and that is the Commanders. I'm picking the Commanders.
Ooh, I like that. And finally, we're ending up our weekly pick'ems with probably one of the better games of Wildcard Weekend. The Packers versus the Eagles. Another rematch of a week one contest in Brazil. This time in Lincoln Financial Field. Who do we got here, Mr. Abrar Rahman Sayed?
Oh man, you just gave me my government name. But I am thinking smart. Think about it. Jalen Hurts, he has some issue with his body. I don't know what it is. Is it his hand or no? I'm thinking of Packers. Excuse me. Jordan Love. There's something wrong with his hand. So I think with Jordan. This is my prediction here. I think Jordan Love is not gonna play this game. Whoever the backup is, he's gonna play.
Whoa.
So for that reason, I have to pick the Philadelphia Eagles here against the Packers because I don't think Jordan Love is capable of playing due to his hand injury. So I don't know. What do you got here?
That is an extremely hot take, sir.
Oh, I love hot takes.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Love, baby. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be playing. But nonetheless, Packers have that little vengeance game out of them. I know they got torched by Saquon and
Yeah.
AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts that Week 1 matchup. Definitely don't think Mr. Love's gonna be throwing all those interceptions again too. I see this as a little bit of an upset with the Packers on the road. They beat the Cowboys in the playoffs wildcard weekend last year. I expect them to do the same against the Eagles to wrap things up.
All right, that was our wild card predictions. Feel free to send your predictions, whoever's listening out there, and let us know if we're wrong or if we're right. But I feel like we're gonna have an exciting weekend here. Wally, do you have any plans for this weekend, for this wild card weekend? How are you gonna watch all these games?
Oh, I'm gonna be watching this on my TV, sitting on my couch with a bowl of popcorn. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, caramel popcorn or just popcorn?
You tell me.
All right, for those who are listening, tell them. Wally, where can they find you, man?
You can find me in the Garden State.
Garden State, and of course, you can follow this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TikTok, Instagram. You can follow me there at Brown Boy Wonder Podcast or at BB Podcast, I believe. And also, I'm on Blue Sky as well. Other than that, let's have a great weekend and let's get
busy.
No, let's get wild.
Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Dun 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 dun.
Thank you.
Okay.